Hi guys, Josh Jacobs here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Engage feature. So you're going to click on Actions and click on Engage. Now, real quick, I just want to show you what Engage is. So I'm just going to go over to my site real quick and show you how it works. So Engage is a pop-up that's going to appear now. So this is it. It creates these opt-in forms that pop up. So you can control when this pops up. If you want it to pop up after a certain amount of seconds, if you want it to pop up when someone goes to exit, we'll get into that a little bit later. But for now, let's go to create new campaign. And you can choose one of these templates, or you can go from a blank canvas if you would like. So let's say you are running an e-com site and you want to give a coupon for for somebody to join your newsletter, right? You're going to give them 30% off on their next order if they give you their email address. So I'm going to click select on this one. And if you haven't watched any of the other videos yet, it's very easy to edit. All you're going to do is double click wherever you want to edit, and you can just go ahead and edit the text right in here. You can change the font, everything like that. I'm just going to leave this as is for this video. If you want to change anything on here, it's very simple. If you want to add anything, you just click on the component over here. If you want to add a headline, paragraph, icon, you're just going to drag it over. Okay, and once you get over here, you can search through all of the pre-made icons or all of the pre-made images. You can search right here like shopping, right? There's a cart. So I'm just going to delete this for right now. If you wanted to add an image, you're just going to take this and drag it over here. And there is a giant image library that you can look through in here as well. Or you can upload your own image. I'm just going to delete this for now. To create multiple steps, what this means is this button goes to step 2, which is the opt-in, right? You can create as many of these steps as you want. All you do is click this plus sign, and when you want to link from one step to the next, you're just going to click steps and link to step. Okay, you're going to drag down a link to step. This is just going to be a button, but instead of going to a URL, it's going to go to the next step. So you can control where that goes by this right sidebar over here. You click on choose a step, initial, opt-in, or whatever step that you want to send it to. Let's go to the opt-in step real quick so I can show you how to link your list. You're going to click on this opt-in form here, and you can mess around with it if you want to change the skins. For example, like this, you could change the colors. This is where you're going to edit everything to do with your form. So the way to connect your autoresponder is by simply going over to your API or your HTML form code and choosing a list to subscribe these members to. You can add a tag. If you want to redirect to another step rather than a thank you page, you can say show step instead of redirect to thank you page, or you could just close it down. But if you want to redirect to another step, you could say show step, add a step 3 here, and then forward people to step 3 saying something like, go check your email now for your discount code, or something like that. Or the step 3 could have their discount code on it, right? So that's how you do that. Buttons, if you want to create a button to allow them to close it, for example, on step 3, if you give them a discount code and you want them to be able to close this pop-up, you're just going to drag over a close image or a close button. Here's a close image, buttons, here's a close button. This is actually a button too. The reason that it just looks like text is because the button background is the same color as the pop-up background. So you can make it look like that as well. So I'm just going to close this out. Now you can edit these based on your laptop preview or desktop preview, and then if you go to mobile preview, there's actually a separate mobile builder if you want to make it look a little bit different. Sometimes if you're adding images and whatnot to your pop-ups, it can come out looking a little funky on mobile, so you can actually remove those or edit the way that they show up in a separate mobile builder, which is very nice. So I'm just going to go back over here and click Save and Close. Now I'm going to assign it to my domain, and here's where I can name it, test2. If you want to turn it on right away, you click this status button, but we could turn it on later. You can just describe it here. This is for internal use, so you know which ones you're enabling when you're just on the Engage page. Platform, you could choose to show it on all or mobile or desktop only. Click Next, and here's where you can choose how to display it. If you want to display it after a certain number of seconds, you can choose that here. If you want to display it when someone goes to exit, when someone actually clicks on closing the page, when somebody's scrolling, you can choose when to do all this. You can also choose to not show the pop-up again for a certain number of days for a visitor. You can enter those amount of days right here. Go ahead and click Next. Now you can choose to only show on a single URL or a few URLs. You can show on all pages. You can exclude some pages while you're showing on all pages. So go ahead and click Next. And then you can also choose if only new visitors, only returning visitors, or everyone sees this. You can choose where to show it if you only want certain traffic to see it, and you can exclude certain traffic. So once you're done with all this, you can go ahead and click Save. And now let's go to the Engage. Oh, the one other thing I want to mention before we even look at it on the site is, go ahead and click on View. You can split test as many versions of these as you want. So if you want to change the color, change the text, change the button, and see if it performs better, you can just add a new variation, and you can test, or you can test with a completely different template. But the point is, it makes it incredibly easy to split test and kill the ones that aren't doing well and scale the ones that are doing well. So I just wanted to show you that. You can choose what percentage of traffic goes to each page as well. So let's go back to the Engage dashboard. I'm just going to click the check mark so that it's enabled. You see campaign enabled successfully. Now let's go over here and see if the new one pops up. And there you go. So there you have it. This is how Engage works. It's a very, very powerful tool. I highly encourage you to utilize it. What I like to do is utilize the conversion mats, and then so that pop up after a certain number of seconds, usually immediately. And then I have these Engage pop-ups on exit intents. So that way they get the conversion mat right away, right in your face, after they read some content and they want to exit. Then when they're ready to leave, they get a message saying, wait, hold up, your discount is ready, or whatever message you want to give to them. So that's how you use Engage. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.